What's up? Welcome to episode number 99 of the Unknown Games podcast. We are back after a week off, and we're coming to you from our homes as always, but fresh. I gotta say, we're fresh. And by we, of course, I mean myself, Adrian, and my co-host, the Game Duck himself. I have not called myself the Failure Chicken in a while because I want to get away from that name, but I haven't succeeded. Alex, how's it going?
More like fuck my life, isn't it?
Well, I guess that's how it's going for Alex. Good things all around. Great things happening for you. I see. That new sound bites. New sound bites right there.
That's from an old live. That's like from last year, maybe, I think. But yeah.
Really?
I use very often. That's a good one.
Okay. Though. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. You know, you gotta keep it original and fresh. No. Yeah. But yeah, this is a show where we talk about Japanese video games and video games all around. I know that was Gamescom last week? Gamescom was last week, right? I think.
I don't know. I'm not really paying attention anymore.
What?
Gamescom.
Gamescom. It's like, what happened to Gamescom?
Ended on the 27th. So.
Okay. So yeah, stuff from that happened. I didn't see anything that I really was just like super ecstatic about that came out of that show. So, you know, it is what it is. But we got Tokyo Game Show coming up, and we'll be talking a little bit about that on the show this week. And of course, a couple of I don't think we're going to get into our predictions because it's still, almost 3 weeks off from Tokyo Game Show around the end of this month. So we'll get into that a little bit closer as we get a better understanding of what all is going to be there. But we do know the publishers that are going to be there, so we can talk about that today. And of course, you can follow us on our social media links on Twitter and on Instagram at UGP_cast. Cast. C-A-S-T. I said like cask, like 2 letters short from casket.
Sure. Or like a yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was one of those things. And of course, if you are listening, if you're joining us on YouTube, thank you so much. We're live right now. We do go live every Monday here in Japan at 9 p.m. So that's around 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in the U.S., if you're in other regions, you just have to do the math. We'll eventually get there for you. And if you want, please go ahead, leave us a review on iTunes, or if you want to give us a subscribe on Spotify or anything like that, just go ahead, do those things. And finally, we do stream on Twitch, myself at NinjaTrixta, and my co-host Root24. I always want to call you Root24 instead of Alex.
Just call me Root, is fine. I don't care, man. But yeah, indeed. Let's twitch.tv/Root24. I'm trying to play, not bad if I say. I'm trying to play Dragon Quest, but I've been sidetracked last week.
How many more hours do you have in Dragon Quest?
At least 25, I think.
I mean you're making progress on that.
Yeah, I'm almost done like the main story, but I found out there's like a true ending.
Are you on track for the true ending?
Well, you have to technically yeah, but you have to redo parts of the game for the true ending. You can't do it in a single run, basically. So
the question is do you want the true ending, or are you okay with just kind of looking it up on YouTube and showing everybody
I didn't spoil it for myself, but I looked up a little bit of quote unquote true ending, and people are saying that the first ending that you get when the credits roll, that's basically not.
Oh, it's
kind of like a near thing in a sense. You know what I mean?
So you have to. You really do have to go back and.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, are you at least enjoying yourself still? I mean,
I'm enjoying it mostly. I mean, I like RPGs and I like some of the characters, but at least in the second half of the game, a lot of parts in the second half of the game, I'm I don't like give a shit. Like I don't like care. You know what I mean? Like
There, like, yeah, when I've
yeah,
been watching you play the game, it seems like it's like, well, number one, there's still just that one battle theme. I don't know
yeah,
what
and
it
that's
is about
honestly I don't think it's changing. Like I think it's just the one battle theme, yeah, forever
the
now.
one battle theme
Yeah,
forever, and it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I've heard so much about Dragon Quest, and this is probably the first one I've really kind of looked at or watched someone play. And I'm like, okay, well, I know a lot of older people, people who grew up with their childhood, they still play it, and it's like, when these games come out, they cause huge waves. But I'm like, is this really like I know that I like Final Fantasy and everything.
yeah.
Is it just because the characters feel like they're more mature, like I feel like I'm watching a kid's, like a Saturday morning cartoon when I'm watching you play Dragon Quest.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of I mean, the game is really, really lighthearted. Not just like, um, not just like, sorry, um, in terms of the overall theme, but like art direction as well. Basically just how the game looks, how the characters are designed. It definitely gives a different feel than like, Final Fantasy, which is like a little bit more mature. I mean, you look at the last couple of Final Fantasies. We're looking at, um, well, I guess 16, which is coming out soon. Not soon, sorry, like it's easy, that's
Easy
like wishful
next
thinking,
year.
but
Yeah,
yeah, if
hopefully.
you look at 16, then you look at FF15 and I guess 7 remake, just generally they're just a little bit darker, characters look a little bit more, not, I don't want to say mature, but like more,
It's more
what's the word?
like a kind of realistic realism, or like,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll
yeah,
go with that.
just that's just a touch, so the way that they are, I know that you can like, the meme is like, oh, like they wear like too many belts, or something like that, right?
They got those belts, man.
But if you look at, Final Fantasy characters and you compare Sylvia in the Japanese version, you look at his costume. He's wearing
Mm-hmm.
like a Mardi Gras headdress like for the second half of the game, and like, you know what I mean? Which is fine. Like that's just like how he is. Like that's the character. This is the world that he's in, and this is
Right.
like, which it makes sense in context, I guess. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it barely makes sense in context.
it kind of like, it seems
Yeah.
like sometimes there were some points in the story where it seems like it could get kind of like, oh snap, even though the game is kind of cartoony, or it's a cartoony lighthearted game, but
Yeah.
on the backside underneath that there is like a deep story. That's like kind of what I was expecting, and it seems like every once in a while that does kind of happen, right? There's like little
Hmm.
hints of like, okay, there's this, they're telling a deeper story with this, but for the most part it's just like, yo, if you're looking for the de facto RPG, eh, you look no further than Dragon Quest.
I mean, like it is like the JRPG essentially. And I'm not trying to like knock the story or anything.
Right, right.
It's just it's fine. It's competent and it does what it does well. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's written to be that way. Like it's
Right.
intentionally, yeah. Which, so if that's your thing, if that's the kind of game you're looking for, then I can definitely recommend Dragon Quest 11. Like it's like a
Mm-hmm.
really good Dragon Quest game.
Yep. Yep.
So
And
I don't know,
well, I
but
mean, like
yeah.
we did have, was it the next Dragon Quest? You know how we were talking about it when it was revealed? It was just like a completely. It didn't seem like it was. Well, we don't know about the art direction or anything, but they're just talking about it being a more serious type of setting and potentially direction for the series. So maybe that's something that they will. Well, it's not a maybe. I don't know how much of it's going to change, but it'll be something to look forward to when they do more reveals. And maybe that's something that TGS, a little bit more of
Yeah.
a hint of it, just a little bit. Maybe the character designs of some of the characters or something. That'd be kind of
I
cool.
would love to see a short cinematic teaser at TGS. Like I'm not asking for gameplay by any
Mm-hmm.
means.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but can show us like a little bit of what you have in store for Dragon Quest 12, because they showed off just the teaser, which was just the logo essentially, right?
Right, fire
Yeah.
in the logo. That was it.
So definitely you can yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing like a little bit more of 11, or sorry, 12. So um and FF16, like on the same vein, like I do want to see a little bit more of FF16. We've already seen gameplay, or at least
This.
targeted like projected gameplay of 16. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
let's see how that's coming along. So
Yeah, yeah. We've got a couple things, and I didn't actually mention it, but there's the Sony showcase that's
that's a couple
happening
days, yeah.
on the 9th. So by the time this podcast goes up, you'll already know, it'll already have happened. But that hope, who knows what's going to be there with Sony having their thing right now, and then TGS happening, because Sony didn't have an E3, their E3 not conference, but they have their own little thing around that time. But that's now, so we'll see what they've been working on, and hopefully we get some cool things for PlayStation 5. It's it's focused mainly on the PS5. No PSVR is going to be there. I think it's about 40 minutes, and I
Is
can't.
PSVR dead? So I just sidetracked, but like I
No,
know it works.
no.
I know it works with a PS5, but like, is it?
It's not dead. So there is a PS5, because I mean we talked about it on the show, and it was, I can't remember, maybe a couple months ago. There is a PS5 specific VR headset that they do have that will come out. It's just
I don't even know yet. Okay.
it's just PSVR, or VR in general is kind of, well, it's there. You know what I mean?
It's not like
there.
it's not like booming or anything, but it's not quite dead. Like it didn't die like the PlayStation Eye toy or whatever it was. Like
Did
that.
you ever own a PlayStation Eye toy?
Of
With
course not.
Eye? Oh yeah,
No,
I
of course
had it
not,
with
yeah.
the, what was it? Eye of Judgment, that card game. I
Oh,
had that.
you know
Yes.
what? I lied. I also had Eye of Judgment, so technically, yeah, I had an eye
With
toy.
like
That's hilarious.
however many
yeah.
decks there were in that thing. I think there was only like maybe one or two decks. I don't feel like they went any further.
That
But
was so broke. That was so broken because like they're like, oh, you buy these physical cards, you can use them with your
Yeah.
eye toy, but the eye toy wasn't smart enough to know if the card was just a real card or printed from your
or
stupid
printed.
printer.
Yeah, I think people were just printing
You
them
just
at the
print,
very
you
end of
just
the day.
print the
Yeah.
card. Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, good job. Like you just, oh man. Anyways.
But you know what's really crazy about that is Sony wasn't too far off, because X amount of years later,
Yep.
what was the game that really blew up for Activision?
Oh, you mean Hearthstone?
No, it was the toys. They had toys
Oh,
that you would,
Skylanders.
Skylanders, yeah. It was
Yeah.
basically Skylanders.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of, in a way, like
Well,
Skylanders blew up.
Was Skylanders didn't use a camera. Skylanders used the NFC chip, correct?
The NFC chip, yes, that's correct.
So it's
yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
just their own take on amiibos, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Arenos, yeah.
Yeah.
Amiibos.
Amiibo, yeah.
Amiibos.
So you know what? Here's what's up. So I think the camera technology back then when we did Eye Judgment wasn't very smart. That's why I couldn't detect if you were just printing cards from a piece of
It couldn't.
printer.
Yeah.
But now that we have smarter cameras and we have NFC chips, in all of our devices. The PS5 doesn't have NFC, I don't believe. So the Switch does, though. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Anyways, or Sony could sell like a attachment.
They could, and I feel like they had an attachment for, was
Yeah.
it PS4 or PS3 or something? I mean, they've had attachments here in Japan, so
For
it could
NFC?
happen. For NFC, wasn't there like for like reading cards? Like oh no, that's just a card reader. That was just a normal card reader. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess the technology exists. But anyways, my point is like now that we have more technology, bring back the Eye Judgment like idea for basically like an online card game.
Yeah.
But I'll swear I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh in my life. I've never ever played Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'll start playing Yu-Gi-Oh if you sell that stupid fucking
That
like
stupid
arm.
thing, but
that
it actually
arm
interact. You
thing.
can actually have it interact with this.
I'll play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I'll rename myself to Seto Kaiba. I don't care.
Dude,
like,
it's not impossible now. I know Ehead's in
Yeah.
the chat right now, and I believe he's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
Yeah.
But that would be. I'm surprised Konami has not just done that. We know
Yeah.
that toy exists. It's just straight up just a toy. All you
I
have
don't
to
even
do
know
is
what it's
just have it
called.
hooked up.
What is it called? Like a deck arm sheet? I don't even know that.
Deck reader, that crap. Deck.
Yeah,
deck
but
loader.
You sell that. You put you equip that. You equip that with NFC. You sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards with NFC chips inside all the cards. I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh like tomorrow. Like that's badass. You know what I mean? Like
Man, I'm trying to look up what this is now.
Yeah.
Arm thing.
Yu-Gi-Oh arm thing.
deck
Yeah,
holder.
it comes up in Google. You type in Yu-Gi-Oh arm thing. Oh, it's
Is
called
it
the dual
the
disc.
dual disc?
Okay,
The
there you
dual
go.
disc.
It's called the dual disc.
The dual disc. Man.
But yeah, you sell that? I'm fucking
They
playing
should-
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, they should sell that. You know what, Konami, you need to, if you were listening, because you know what, Bandai Namco might be listening to us. I gotta tell you right now, that last video we had with Tails, not copyrighted. Let's get it.
Oh, you didn't.
No,
you
there
probably
was-
You didn't show enough footage. Basically,
I didn't show
but-
enough footage, I guess. I guess
Yeah.
they were, Bandai Namco, if you're listening though, thank you so much for accepting us into the fold of acceptable, humble.
Yeah, we're basically sponsored now. Yeah,
We're
that's what that
sponsored,
means, yeah.
So yeah, that's happening, and I guess we can kind of move on into Tokyo Game Show while we're talking about these games. And actually, hold up, there was one other game that you had talked to me about, which was Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania.
Oh, that game's already out though, yeah. But they're
Is-
selling.
is it-
Yeah.
No, it's October 5th.
Oh, it's not
October
out yet.
5th. It's
Shit.
not out. It's not out yet. It's not.
Oh,
it's not. No, it's
Dude.
not. No.
Oh,
no.
Banana Mania. Okay, here we go.
Were you a Super Monkey Ball?
No, I've never played it.
You know what I was gonna say? Were you a Super Monkey Baller?
No, I was never.
I played it on, I think it was Game Boy Advance, whatever that one was, and oddly enough, that game was fun. It's like a weird fun game, but
I
I
mean,
don't.
it's fun. Like I've never heard anyone say bad things about Super Monkey Ball. Like I believe it's a fun game.
There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing really wrong with Super Monkey Ball, but at the same time, I think this game now has. It's a compilation of, I guess, the best ofs. There's like 300 something stages,
Oh my
and
god. Yeah. Also made by the stupid Yakuza studio. Man.
they can do it all. 20th anniversary of this series, and so it's got Super Monkey Ball 2001. I think that's the one I actually ended up playing. 2002 from Super Monkey Ball 2, and then Super Monkey Ball Deluxe from 2005. Super Monkey Ball 2006 Touch and Roll. Okay, never mind. Goodness gracious, we forgot all the iPhone versions of this game too.
Oh, I mean, oh yeah, they did come out with a bunch of iPhone
Jeez,
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, because it does. This is one of those games that actually really did work well with
the gyroscope. Yeah.
With the gyroscope, it
I
really
mean,
did.
so it's great with well, basically anything with a gyroscope in it, which is every modern controller now, but still.
This game has like pool. It has looked like baseball. It had like, of course, there were those Sonic tracks too that were there. So, I mean, if you were a Super Monkey Ball fan, and or you just like the art style for this game, it's always a really lighthearted, fun game. But it gets crazy difficult. I gotta say that it
Yeah.
gets crazy difficult with some of the puzzles in there. This game is coming out. You said that there were a couple guest characters.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing some trailers on the internet. I mean, I haven't actually bothered to look at the teasers. I don't know if you brought them up, but like, a couple that stuck out to me was they announced Morgana. So Morgana from Persona 5, right?
Okay.
So he's, if you guys have, I mean, a lot of people play Persona 5, but he's like kind of the mascot character. He's a cat-looking kind of thing. So he fits kind of, in the world of Super Monkey Ball, right? Oh, there he is. Fuck, look. Oh my god, look.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh wait, wait, this is wait, where is he in this? I'm trying to actually find.
He's not in that list of characters you have on screen,
okay.
but yeah, I mean,
Okay.
already you have a fucking. Oh my god!
Get Sonic in a ball, Tails.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, the fucking the man himself. The
Kiryu in a ball, just running.
Yeah.
Homie from Jet Set Radio Beat. That's kind of cool. What is this monkey just called Jeff? I felt so racist saying that. No, but these are monkeys. Oh my goodness. I don't want to be like Frieza. Frieza kills.
Was Frieza racist?
Part of me wants to believe no. I mean, it's not a part of me. Frieza is racist. He literally hates an entire race of Saiyans.
Genocide on an entire planet. So yeah.
Frieza.
Several planets. Yeah.
But yeah.
That's the name of the podcast. This was Frieza racist.
What's Frieza racist?
That's so funny. No, don't do that.
Yeah. So
sorry, I got sidetracked. What was I saying? Yeah, Morgana from Persona 5 is in there, and Kitty from like the Hello Kitty, like Kitty is a guest character as well.
I guess yeah, Hello Kitty can be in anything. You wonder if Miku's gonna be in there.
Because of the Sega affiliation?
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Miku in a ball.
Yeah. Well, while we're at it, like, why don't we just, who's your dream, Super Monkey Ball character? Kiryu Kazuma is already in there, so he's off the list.
Look at him.
He's
in
there already. So, like, what other characters associated with Sega would you want to be in a Super Monkey Ball game?
I've got to think of my Sega characters now. Do you have one? I'm like actually blanked on my Sega character. Let me pull up a list of Sega characters. It's like because they have. I mean, ironically, they have a lot of IPs that they can pull from.
They could do like, is Bayonetta Sega? Yeah,
Bayonetta is Sega. Yeah.
Yeah, we did Bayonetta and that'd be wild. What else is Sega?
Just go like Sega.com. Someone's like Sega.com is not a place. Okay, it is a place. Cool. I mean, what else to say? Oh, any of the Phantasy Star Online characters. I don't think there's a specific character, but they have the kind of mascots that they use.
Yeah, and I guess any of the Shining like characters, but Shining is way bigger in Japan than it is outside of Japan. So
Shenmue would be.
Oh my god, Shenmue would be a good one. Yeah,
Shenmue would be in there.
Would be a good one.
Yeah, I'm looking at their brands right now. Let me just go. I guess I can go all games.
Oh yeah, and Valkyrie, like Valkyrie Chronicles.
Ah, that is
Yeah,
that
Valkyrie
is Valkyria
Chronicles.
Chronicles, Virtual Fighter. Yeah, Virtual Fighter is in there.
Yeah, and you could do more Yakuza characters. You could do like Goto Majima or something like
You
that.
really could Puyo Puyo, like that would be really the little Puyo Puyo balls inside of another ball. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
We already mentioned Hatsune Miku.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, anything else? Wow, they
Alex
said
Kidd, I think, is Sega, right?
yeah. Some of their more classic
Yeah,
characters.
and we could do
Vanquish is still on the website.
yeah, Vang. Well, no, I mean they did a remaster like last year or something like that.
Oh,
But...
okay, that's why I was like, why is Vanquish still on this
And they could
website?
do Segata Sanshiro, like
Oh,
like
the mascot
the
guy.
mascot guy. Yeah,
Yeah, the guy.
from the Japanese commercials.
I feel like we talked about him
Yeah,
a
we could
couple
they
months
could do
ago.
Segata Sanshiro. He's like the guy from the 90s in for Sega commercials in like the 90s or something in Japan where I don't even know what his thing was. He was just yelling
I
people,
feel like
he
that's
was
like
yelling at people to play Sega.
I
Yeah,
feel like
so,
that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Go play
yeah.
Sega games. I mean, but yeah, I guess my favorite would probably be somebody from yeah, I guess I just want Hatsune Miku. I can never go
Yeah,
wrong with
Miku would
Miku.
be a good one, sure.
I can never go wrong with Miku. It's kind of strange because I grew up playing Sega, but I just can't remember any like Sega stuff right now. Like what, it's just gone. They died to me at some point in time. Sega died to me.
Well, they could do like the Streets of Rage characters, maybe.
Ooh,
Did you play Streets of Rage?
no,
Oh.
I don't believe that I did.
Oh, I mean it's good. I grew up playing Streets of Rage, so
It's one of the ones that I probably skipped over. Even when I got older and they re-released it, or even even the newer one, I think Street Rage 4,
4,
which
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of a shame too because those games are good. It's just I never played a lot of beat 'em ups.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I wish. You know what? I guess the one that the game that I did play from like one of their older collections would be Gunstar Heroes. That
Oh,
was pretty
that
fun.
was a good one. Yeah,
That was a good one.
Treasure makes good games. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
was good. I don't know if that wasn't Sega, was it? That was just straight treasure. Straight
Well, I
treasure.
mean, published by Sega, but yeah.
And I guess yeah, moving on, we'll hit up this Tokyo Game Show. So I guess we're kicking into high gear a little. Well, not high gear. We're just kicking into gear with
Yeah, it's like a
more
slightly different gear. Yeah.
yeah. First, we'll call it first gear.
Well, if we're
Tokyo
kicking into
Gear
first gear,
Show.
then
Wow.
what were we in previously? Like neutral? Like
Yeah, we were in neutral.
yeah.
I hated driving a manual. That was the worst thing ever. Anyways, but yeah, so the Xbox, Square Enix, Capcom, Sega, Konami. I don't think there's anyone that we didn't expect to be here that's not going to be there. But it seems like they've at least confirmed the schedule. More of a like times and dates. We do know
Mhm.
the show's going to be running from September 30th to October 3rd, and there is going to be a VR uh, something or another. We don't know how it's going to go specifically, but you'll be able to take a tour in VR with your Oculus Quest or any other PC VR headset. And I believe that it's going to be free, so you don't have to pay. So it'll be kind of cool. See how that works. But the official program is up. It's not all the contents are detailed, but just going down the list. King of Fighters, day one.
Yeah. 15. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, that game has been looking better and better every trailer.
Are you gonna play it?
I was never good at King of Fighters. I'm gonna be
Yeah, I
honest.
played a bunch of KOF. I played 2002, 2003, and that weird 3D one, Maximum Impact.
Yeah.
So I only played those ones, but I never played them like competitively or seriously. I just kind of bought the home console
They
versions,
get like
and
real,
yeah.
like they get real technical. I'm not gonna lie. Like the timing for a lot of those moves were just so. I mean, I tried to get into it around King of Fighters 13, but I just really, honestly, around that time, King of Fighters 13 and like, I think it was like Super Arcade Street Fighter 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there were a couple other games out, but I would just like King of Fighters 13 was the truth, man. I just really enjoyed watching that and Marvel 3. Like those two games, like probably were like the games that I watched the most in college. So it'll be kind of cool to see what else they do there. I think it's just going to be the next character. We just had Ash revealed and with the
Yeah, Ash
gameplay.
comes in, yeah.
So we'll see that. And then, of course, I guess headlining or the keynote, not the keynote, but just headlining that day opening is going to be Microsoft's 50-minute presentation. I don't know what they would show that we haven't seen? Do you think there's any Japanese specific games that we might see from Microsoft? Any
Oh, I don't know. It's
blue
a good
dragons
question.
coming out of here? No one.
I would
No.
love, you know what? So back when Microsoft was doing their huge Japan push and they started like doing a bunch of JRPG exclusives for the
Mhm.
Xbox 360,
Yeah, yeah.
I bought the 360 because I wanted to play those games. I wanted to play
They
Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon and Tales of Vesperia and Star Ocean 4. What else was there? There was also that one with Chopin as the main character for some reason. That was kind of weird. Eternal Sonata. That was it. Yeah.
okay, there we
So
go.
yeah, I wanted to
Or like
play a lot of these JRPGs, and it worked. Like I actually bought a 360, and I bought all those games, and
they had a good stable of them.
it was pretty good. I mean, most of these eventually went on to PS3, but the point is they were at least timed exclusive, right, for the 360.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta say their gamble worked on me at least because I bought a 360, but then I ended up sticking around for the rest of the console cycle because then I was playing um, other games on it like Bomberman on the Xbox Live Arcade and Rainbow Six Vegas and Gears of War and Halo 3. You know what I mean? So like
Yep, yep.
I ended up playing the 360. So if Microsoft did this weird ass gamble again, I buy an Xbox Series X or S or something like that. I wouldn't mind it. I don't hate Xbox or anything. You know what I mean? I just don't
Right,
have a reason
right.
to buy one.
And I mean with the way they've been going now, more than likely all that stuff would be on just PC
Yeah,
anyways,
that's the thing
or
as
and or
well.
Game Pass. So
Yeah, it's true. It's a different world, in 2021, right? So back then it was definitely more of like I mean, like, well, PC gaming has been around for forever, basically, right? But
right, right,
at least for me, console gaming was the way to go, just as a university kid or high school kid or whatever, right?
right.
But now that well, Microsoft is doing like huge pushes to kind of put all their games out on both console and PC almost day and date.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have like a powerful gaming PC, like just little
Yeah,
reason for
yeah.
me.
You're like I don't need to get. And that's I mean that's honestly that's kind of the cool thing, and we'll kind of get into that when we talk about Horizon Zero Dawn and however many additions there are for that game. Uh, but it looks like we'll have that. Spike Chunsoft is also going to be on the same opening day. Looks like that. What is that? 8, 8 o'clock? Yeah, that's 8 o'clock.
What do you
Uh,
like? So what 8 o'clock would be like in the morning or at evening?
in the evening.
Oh, it's 20. Oh, like sorry, 20 o'clock. Yeah,
20
20
o'clock,
o'clock.
yeah. 20
Yeah,
o'clock. 20 o'clock from 20 to 2050 o'clock. It's
yeah.
like Spike Chunsoft. I love how there's like an 18 plus next to it. I don't know what they're.
Oh, you know what? If it's 18 plus, they're probably gonna show off the sequel to AI Somnia Files. AI what's
Ah,
yeah, Nirvana Initiative, because the first one in Japan was Zero Z. So
oh, is that really?
yeah,
Okay, okay,
you
okay.
have you buy that game or you
No,
didn't play it, right?
I still haven't bought it. I still haven't bought it. I'm
You haven't
still
bought it
like,
yet.
what's crazy is I'm lining up more and more. Because I'm been playing more visual novel games and
Yeah,
then also just more FMV kind of investigative type games.
yeah,
And like I see the nonary games at the bottom of my list, and I've been like, it's coming. The nonary games are
yeah.
coming
Those
for
good.
me.
I love that series very much. It's great. I mean, I
Like
enjoy the puzzles very much, and the story's great for me, and the tone, the mood of that game is awesome. Like
I'm
yeah, it's really good.
in
So
something like I remember AI Somnium Files. Like
yeah,
honestly, I've been noticing that my chat is actually enjoying these kind of investigative experiences. So
yeah.
like all in all, like I've been coming around more and more to like okay, I'm finally like as a gamer myself more like wanting to play them.
Yeah, I mean they're a great experience. Like I really love the no no sorry God damn it, the Zero Escape series. So that's
Hmm.
999 and Virtual Last Reward and then Zero Time Dilemma. The really
Right,
good
right.
mood, like really good like atmosphere. Like it's the right kind of creepy suspense that
Hmm.
makes you want to be like, hey, what is going on? Like you gotta like you're really enticed to like unravel this
To
mystery, right?
unravel it. That's what I've been getting into more and more. Is just like having that kind of experience where it
Hmm.
is investigative but also suspenseful. Like
Yeah.
I found like some of these like FMV games where it's kind of like that, but they also have like those jump scares. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with the jump scares. Just take those out. I'm cool. Just let me, focus on like who did it. I'm
Yeah, so if that's the case, I think you would really enjoy both AI Somnium Files and the Zero Escape series because there's no jump scares in those games. It's pure like murder mystery.
Mhm.
Because you're like for me the fun part of those games is just like you have all these theories in your head,
Mhm.
and you're like trying to play through the game, and you're like, oh, like am I right? Like you're piecing together like the story based on the clues you get, and you're just seeing if if you're right or you're wrong.
Yep. Yep. So hopefully, I kind of want to do something like that in December. Like I'm really aiming to just do one of those before the end of this year. Uh, but yeah, moving back on, Capcom is also on the first day as well, from 10 p.m. to 10:50. I think they went around that time last year as well, like later at night.
What do you think they're gonna show off, Capcom?
What do they have left to show? I mean, I guess we have the Resident Evil 8 DLC, or Resident Evil Village, sorry, DLC that
Yeah.
they've just started work on. Maybe they'll share some more news for that. We've got Pragmatica.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that
Eventually,
stupid game. Yeah.
maybe one day.
Are
And
we
who
gonna
knows?
get what
Yeah.
else are we getting? Are we getting more Monster Hunter stuff or?
I think it is about time for. Honestly, hold up. I think that it's finally time for Monster Hunter PC for Rise
Rise
to
to be announced officially,
be
right?
announced and maybe shown as a
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah, I think Rise is likely because they kind of leaked it themselves that
Mhm.
it's coming to PC after a bit of a exclusivity window for Switch. So
Yeah, I
I
think
think
we
it
could
was like
have
what early 2022 for
early
PC,
20.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
And then maybe, I guess, for other Monster Hunter, it would just be more collaborations, right?
yeah, probably. I don't know if
Between
we're gonna
either.
do it. Do you think Rise is gonna get an expansion like World got one or?
I think they do expansions every other year.
So so Iceborne came out in 2019, correct?
I believe so. Yes.
The one in World launched also
And
2019 or 2018?
World was. I want to say it
2018.
was
2018, right?
2018.
Yeah.
Or was it 2017?
No,
2018. 2018.
I think it was 2018 for
Yeah.
console, and then it was 2019 for PC.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think they do those expansions like it's either every other year. I don't think it's every year, but they just do one of them essentially,
Well,
right? It's like
yeah.
so. Who knows? We could. It's about time for more content for that game, anyways. Honestly,
The only thing that would concern me about an expansion for Rise is that like it's what launched on the Switch. Can the Switch? How would the Switch do an expansion?
has the Switch had to do by? I don't know.
Would it just
Has
be
the
like
Switch?
it would just be like a brand new cart?
Well, every
no?
time they've done it, every time they've done a brand new cart, it's been like whatever XG, whatever cross. It's always
Oh
been
yeah,
brand new. Yeah,
for the 3DS
for
stuff, right?
3DS. So
Yeah.
I'd assume so. And then you just carry over your data.
Yeah. Okay.
That seems like the most likely. The next day, 505 games. More than I assume that they'll do Bloodstain too.
Oh yeah, they announced the sequel, no? Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
think
did. Yeah.
that'll probably be there. They do a couple other games, but I'm not 100% sure what they would show. Maybe some of the Death Stranding sequel. They're just like the PC.
Yeah, like they said, like a Death Stranding sequel is in the works, and then director's cut is coming out for PS5, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Square Enix on that next day. So the second day, Square Enix.
I want. What do you want from Square? I want personally like FF16. A little more news for 16. Dragon Quest 12, since we were talking about it, and Chrono, the new game in the Chrono series, Chrono Trigger remake, Chrono Cross remake.
Chrono Cross remake. If we get an actual remake on there, that'd be pretty insane. If that would honestly be like show stopping right there for
If they
Chrono
did,
Trigger
if
or
they
Chrono
did,
Cross remake or something.
Yeah, you know the what is it? The Octopath art style.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
were to do it that way.
If they did that for Chrono Trigger, I would just like day one, I would pre-order whatever the fuck like most expensive
Edition.
collector's edition. Yeah, they're like. So there's a normal edition for like 60
Dude,
USD.
there has to be some reason that they haven't touched it yet. There has to be some reason.
I think the reason that they haven't
They like
touched
to have
it
all
yet,
the team members back, but
yeah, I think the reason why they haven't touched it is because the team basically that made those games they've left essentially, right? And all that's and then people at Square left are just like now relatively younger developers, and no one wants to touch it because no one wants to be like, I don't want to like.
You don't want to mess. That's one of those games you don't want to mess. That's
Yeah.
FF7 quality. Don't mess that up. Don't touch it.
Yeah, so they had to like bring a lot of people back for 7 remake.
Well, I mean, we'll see. Like I want to see more of course 16, And with the Sony event coming up, I guess maybe Forspoken, maybe that'll be at the Sony event, and then
Oh,
here
right.
they'll focus on 16 and like you said, maybe Dragon Quest. I really do hope they show something more for Dragon Quest
Yeah, show off like
because
I'm not even asking for gameplay. It'd be nice to see a little bit of gameplay, but show me
Mhm.
the world, show me the characters, show me a character. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, you know, just I think that's what people would be really curious about,
yeah,
especially with this art style being more whatever it is, serious potentially. If they're gonna, you know, they're gonna keep the Toriyama designs, but how do they translate? Do they just look mean? Does it look like Jump
yeah, that's
Force?
a good
Does it look like
question.
Jump Force?
That's a oh my god, that's such a good question. Yeah, because if they're going to go with like a more realistic um art direction, let's say with like realistic lighting and everything's rendered in 3D and that kind of stuff, but you
Mhm.
still keep Toriyama's signature character designs, do you have then characters in like realistic clothing and physics and skin effects, but with just big ass eyes? You know what I mean? Like, is
Yeah, it that's kind of weird.
that's weird, right?
It's
Like,
weird. It's weird.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So that even something like that, just showing a little glimpse, I think that would go a long ways. We already know
yeah,
the game is, you know, 2 years, maybe 3 years out. Who knows?
yeah. That's probably 2 to 3 years out, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. When are we
And
getting when are we getting
mhm.
F7 remake 2? When are we getting that?
So I've been listening, like I've been looking at a couple streamers, and I don't know how true this is, but it makes sense, right? That we won't hear or see much more of FF7 remake until 16 and Forspoken are out.
I think Forspoken is being worked on by like a team
Right.
that's
So
not
it's just like
involved.
these are
That's not involved with 16, I believe, right?
right. I think it's the Luminous. Well, they're using that engine, but I believe it's that team in
Yeah,
conjunction with Crystal Dynamics or IDOS, whichever
and
one.
16 is being developed. Is 16 being developed by the FF14
I
team?
don't know who we don't know who
It's
the
same
team
director.
is.
Same
It's just the
director though.
director. We just know the
Yeah,
director, yeah. And we know FF7 remake part 2 is its own, you know, it's its own team. It's
right.
just how much news they want to cannibalize or how much attention, because we know like if you have to choose between FF16 and FF7 remake news-wise,
Oh, that's tough.
you already know
Yeah,
what's taking the spotlight. So
right.
until FF16 make is out, I don't know how much we'll hear. Maybe the closer that gets to coming
They're
out. So
coming
maybe
out.
like
Yeah,
next year, later next
yeah.
year, I could see.
I know they did say that the English recording for 16 is done, right?
Right, right.
So the voice actors, whoever they are done their lines. Probably they'll do pickup recording because like games change obviously as you know even when they get closer to release they might add or not remove I guess but they might add some scenes and they might have to call the actors back in for pickups. But
Hmm.
English is done, which means they should be like well into recording the Japanese script now, right?
Right, right.
So ideally you would assume that the game is progressing well and we should see more of it next year. But when is that game actually coming out? Like, what do you think? End of 2022 or like
I want to say it's into 2022, but when do Final Fantasies typically launch?
well, I mean, 7
I-
remake came out in February,
In February?
and
No.
15
Was
came.
it February?
It was well, it
Was it
was.
April or something? But I feel like
Oh
it was
yeah, no, it
because
got delayed, didn't it? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it was like April, something like that. Yeah, um, which was already a delay, but I think
Yeah,
it was meant to have launched in the fall, I believe,
in the
because
fall.
15 came out in the fall of that year
And I
when
think
when it
13
came
was
out
also what, winter fall
in
in
Japan or
Japan.
in North
Yeah. I
America.
think in Japan it was winter fall, but in the US it was
It
like
was like February,
spring.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
somewhere in that area. So
yeah.
maybe that February date, like you said, you know, FF7 before it was delayed, maybe that is a kind of target that they want to hit for whatever that, you know, that quarter
Yeah,
for 16.
yeah, I guess it's whenever like whatever they want, like what quarter is the most important for Square because obviously it's going to be like a buttload of profits, right? So,
Yeah.
um, I mean, as a player, I would love to see it in 2022, but you know who knows?
I mean, even for us, you know what they could show is they could show a little bit more of Ever Crisis. Wait, that's what it was called, right? Ever Crisis.
Oh yeah, whatever the hell it was,
What it, the
the
redoing the
mobile
full
one, right?
the
Yeah,
compilation of
the
the
other remake
true
essentially.
remake.
Yeah, the other remake.
Yeah, I would like to see more on that. I think a lot of fans who were kind of salty on the FF7 remake.
Yeah, because they're like, this isn't the remake I wanted. I want a real remake. I'm like,
What are
hey, well,
these
here.
fans doing in this game? What's happening here?
Yeah. Okay, here. And then Square's just like, hey, here's the
Here,
remake you
here
wanted.
you go.
Just
Here you go.
take this one.
Just
Yeah.
take that. Just take it.
Yeah.
So that would be, honestly, I would like to see that, and I guess we'll probably get a gameplay trailer for. I don't know if the remakes are out yet for 6 and was it 4, 5, 6
is coming
or something?
out. 4 is coming out this week, I believe.
Okay.
And there's no date for 5 and 6 yet. But once 5 and 6 come out, that'll be all the.
That'll be all the yeah. So maybe we'll see something about just a small trailer for 5 and 6, and I'd be cool with that. I really want to go actually back and play all of those. I've never really done
cool. I won't. I'll tell you right now, but
it. There's a lot of RPGs. That's a lot of RPG madness.
Yeah, at most I would do 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe.
Okay.
But realistically, I'm probably only gonna touch 6, so I'm waiting for that one to come out.
Okay, and then I guess kind of closing it off for the second and the third, going after that or going before, I forgot to finish off the second night was level 5 and Sega Atlas. So
yeah, cool.
Dude, second night's actually going to be pretty cool. If I gotta say, it's we got Square.
What do you want from level 5? What do you want from level 5?
Yeah, a game.
Yeah, but what
that I'd
game?
be interested in.
Oh, okay. So
That's it.
Not Yokai Watch.
No yokai. I mean, because honestly, their market just skews younger now. Let's get real with it. It's not
like that soccer one. What's it called? Like
Inazuma 11.
Yeah, is it okay? Yeah,
yeah. I mean, that was never for me. Even if it's a good game, I'm.
Yeah, and then there's Yokai Watch, and then maybe a new Layton game might be kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there hasn't been a lot of Layton outside of that anime they did.
The last Layton was what I want to say 2-3 years ago. At this point, maybe more than that. I'm not sure.
So I don't know. What would you like? Would you like
level
some sort
5?
of like White Knight Chronicles Part 2 remake redone?
Rogue Galaxy 2,
Rogue Galaxy 2, Dark Cloud,
and Dark Cloud 3. Yeah, that's it.
Just go back and revisit the PS2. Just do it. I mean, like those games always they have a special place in a lot of people's hearts, and they were reviewed very well, especially Rogue Galaxy.
Yeah.
And Dark Cloud. I mean, going back and playing them, they're really slow, but
yeah, I was replaying a bit of Rogue Galaxy because it's on the PS4. Actually, you could buy it as a PS2 game.
Oh, okay.
One of the very few PS2 games
there's like 30 of them, or there's not a lot.
One of the very few PS2 games that Sony put out as a PS4 native app that runs just like on the console. And combat's pretty good, honestly, for a PS2 game that came out in that era. Like, it's pretty competent. It's pretty good. So
yeah,
it's kind of like Kingdom Hearts, I guess. I don't know, yeah. But
it's an action RPG.
Yeah.
I mean, those were really coming up on coming into their own around that time. Just trying to, and I guess there's not too much more. On the third day, on the second, it seems like more of the online games, Tencent, HappyNet, Lilith Games. I'm not even sure what that is, but I mean, Tencent, I believe, I forgot which developer is going to Tencent.
Why is HappyNet 18 plus? Yeah.
Oh yeah, HappyNet is 18 plus.
What are they showing off?
What is HappyNet? Is that just like a? It seems like a. What is HappyNet?
I'm on their website right now. It just Oh my god! Is this the same? Hold on.
Is it the shopping channel? Like HD? What's that?
This is the most boring corporate website I've ever seen in my life.
Is it stream friendly? Can I show it on stream?
Yeah, you can. It's so corporate. Like, it's disgustingly corporate. It's so corporate. Just go to HappyNet, go to Google right now, type in HappyNet, and like hit the first link essentially.
Oh, look, it's peaceful.
It's so scroll
peaceful.
Through it. It's like the most boring Japanese corporate website I've ever seen in my life.
There's like a lot of these. What do they actually? Oh my goodness. I get what do they do games? Like, from this website, you have to
everything apparently.
You have to like ask yourself, like, okay, here's the video games, but it's literally a generic dude. That is a refurbished Xbox 360 controller right there.
It's so corporate. This is so corporate. Oh, I hate this site.
What in the world is this? This like what? I guess they do like data analysis. Hold up, let's change this to English just for the heck of it. Let's just change it just so we can leveraging overwhelming sales capabilities to propose effective sales environments.
Okay, I found their website for their games.
The real website.
I found their games. It's happynet-games.com. There's a link to it on that page. It's near the bottom. Kanren Ninku or whatever, and then it's the games website. It's so boring.
It continues the trend of being boring.
Well, I mean, take a look. I mean, we're just shitting all over HappyNet. There's someone from
HappyNet is gonna come over here and be and slap the slap the crap out.
Yeah, it's sort of just like, what's wrong with our games? No, switch it back to Japanese and go to games, and then it'll be in Kanren.
I've got it. HappyNet.
Yeah.
Oh well, this is more. You know what I will say right now is this is more akin to what. Why is there a? You know, we're not going to go too far into HappyNet. We're not going to go in too far. There is a carousel, but it only has one picture. So why is it a carousel?
Dude, I don't know.
The picture will not rotate. So why is it a carousel?
This is a different games website.
I wonder if this is like just no, it's not just now starting, but the last news was in 2020, like December 2020.
Like a year ago.
We're gonna get off this HappyNet, man. This is destructive. This
We're
is
just like shitting all over this website.
This is destructive to the podcast, right?
It's
here.
a PS4 game. What is this game? It came out on PS4.
Don't look into it anymore, man. I told you, it's destructive. It will take.
I have to see the trailer. I have to see the stupid trailer, man.
Okay, you look at that trailer. I'm gonna just close it out for TGS. You can check out their website. It is in English, Japanese. What is actually the website for Tokyo Game Show this year?
Maybe I don't play this game.
tgs.nikkei.bp.co.jp. Just look up Tokyo Game Show 2021 and you'll find it. I guess the last thing that's on there is Konami, which I will be showing off. They actually have their what they're going to be doing: Nobunaga's Ambition, Dynasty Warriors 9, Empires, Blue Reflection, Second Light.
Well, for Koei Tecmo.
Yeah. And an unannounced title. So they're going to have something new. Maybe it's a cell phone game.
It's probably Rise of 3. It's probably Rise of 3, yeah.
Dang. We just got Rise of... Well...
No. The Altete games are once every year, man.
It's once every year? Okay, but they do... It's like a trio, right? Usually it's a trilogy?
Yeah, and they're usually once a year.
Oh, snap. I wonder if the Rise of Cosplay girl's going to be there again.
I hope so.
Now, they're probably going to have the Blue Reflection girls. That is one game that you kind of want to get into because the art's kind of. The art's nice, but it is not. That game does not look fun.
I played Blue Reflection, the first one, on PS4, because the art style looks amazing.
Yeah, but what you got was you just looked at the anime.
It's not very good.
No, it doesn't look good. That's the worst part. Yeah. It's like the game looks like it should. Like the art style looks like it's like, okay, you know what? I'll even take a visual novel of this game.
It had really weird performance issues on my base PS4, like weird frame drops. I'm like, and I just feel like not much was happening on screen, and I was like, why does this game have performance issues? This is really bizarre, but yeah.
Hey everyone, we've got a special bonus segment talking about Twitch versus YouTube gaming and what YouTube gaming needs to do in order to just be a better service. We think you're going to enjoy it, especially if you're a streamer or know someone who's looking to getting into streaming. So stay around, give it a listen. We trust that you'll learn something because it was a great conversation and we just wanted to share it with you. Well, moving on to the world of Twitch and YouTube, Tim, the Tap Man, is now.
Yeah, he's on YouTube now, yeah.
Yeah, he's on that YouTube now, along with Dr. Lupo. I think that was from like last week or the week before. That was kind of the big news. Is both of them are on YouTube gaming now, and that was in light of the whole Twitch take a day off thing that was happening, and
that was a coincidence though, right? They didn't
they didn't plan that, but but whoever from marketing probably planned the release to be like, hey, let's make a release here and let's make a release here. I mean, hey, I mean, do you see this bringing in more people to YouTube gaming or just their audience?
Yeah, I mean that's a really good question. I mean, like, you could like we had this discussion like a year ago with Mixer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When we was Ninja and Shroud and
Ninja
who
and
else
Shroud.
and some other people like two other streamers,
There
but
was like a Destiny stream. Yeah, there was a couple more.
they moved to Mixer and like did those people come did their core audience move to Mixer? Sure, probably to watch these guys, but then the key was were they sticking around? And the answer was no, they
Was
weren't.
yeah, they weren't.
So will it bring their audience over? I would argue it would bring over some of their audience, but they'll probably take, for at least for a couple of months, they'll probably take a hit to their overall viewership and also to their income. They're not going to be making as much money from YouTube, right?
Right, right. But they'll be,
So,
they have that signing bonus of whatever.
well, I mean, yeah. So YouTube will
Yeah,
kind of
that's
cover their butts, but in terms of just like the month to month
the
minus
month to
like
month
without the contract, like it'd
without the
probably
contract. Yeah.
take a hit, I think. Um,
Uh,
So will it bring over people to YouTube gaming? Technically, yes, but will it retain? The key is retention. Will it retain people to
will
YouTube
it
gaming?
retain? I think
Yeah.
that's the best way to kind of look at it is will it retain? And I mean, we're seeing with a lot of these bigger names, anyways. They already have a YouTube channel that has X amount of millions of people on there from the beginning. It's not as big as their Twitch, but some people have known them from YouTube as opposed to Twitch,
Right.
which is kind of funny in that way. Uh, so I'm kind of waiting, and this is what I'm actually waiting for is will YouTube gaming finally do the overhaul that
To
I
like to be
to
like better than Twitch.
to be the same as Twitch. They don't even need to be better. All they need to do is lay out a section of YouTube gaming. It can look like Twitch. They can call it a copycat if they want
Sorry.
to.
I mean, just to be technical, there is a section for YouTube gaming. It already exists,
But
but
is it
it doesn't look no.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just YouTube. It just looks like
Yeah.
you went to YouTube and you
Yeah.
still
And
can't really
all your stuff is just like it still looks like YouTube. I mean, you
it,
probably realize this, but when you upload a video on YouTube and it's a video game, it asks you like, "Oh, what game is this?" Right? And you can
right.
type in whatever game.
Mm-hmm,
If you
mm-hmm.
go to a video and you see that on a video and you click on that, YouTube will pull all the videos that are tagged with that video game,
Right, right.
and now you're suddenly warped over to like the YouTube gaming part of the website.
Yeah, I feel like we can probably do it right, just like right now.
Yeah, but it doesn't like
It doesn't filter or show who's
it feels
live or
weird. You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah, you still have like your main thing is like who all your subscriptions in general are. I don't so I'm if they could just make a section that is heck like Mixer, it doesn't matter. Just lay it out in a way that you can find people who are live right now or live in that category, and present it in the same way. And then
Hmm.
also for a lot of the young, like not younger streamers, but smaller streamers, I know people are like, I want my subs to carry like I want to have access to subs before 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers, right?
Right, right. It's tough. It's way tougher to get monetized on YouTube than it is to get monetized on Twitch.
Because it does have what it does have going for it is there is that algorithm, and hey,
Right.
maybe it can help you get discovered. You never know, but it
Yeah.
would be nice to have them kind of not just take the talent, and I'm sure they're working on it, but it's a question of when and what will it be when they kind of overhaul YouTube gaming,
Yeah, I mean,
if
I
they
think
do it.
YouTube down. If there's a platform that stands to rival Twitch in terms of streaming, it's obviously YouTube, right? YouTube has the back end already, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
already serving how many I don't even know how many videos like per second
Per
essentially,
second.
right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
The thing of like with Twitch, people might not know this, but Twitch does have transcoding, which is like when you stream to Twitch. Let's say I'm streaming in 1080p 60, right? That's my
Mm-hmm.
raw stream.
Right.
When I get transcoding, people who come to my stream, who let's say they're on a weaker internet connection, they can choose to watch my stream in a lower resolution. So, for example, 720p
Mm-hmm.
or even lower, right?
Right. Right.
That's on the fly transcoding, and like that's available for me sometimes because I'm not partnered. I'm just affiliated.
Right. Right.
Twitch partners always get transcoding, no question. Doesn't matter if you're a Twitch partner, you're always getting transcoding. If you're affiliated, you get like first dibs essentially for free transcoding slots.
Okay.
And then if you're not affiliated, you're just streaming on Twitch and you casually, I guess. Then you sometimes can get transcoding if you're lucky enough and there's enough open slots for you.
Okay.
But if you're streaming on YouTube, doesn't matter. Everyone gets transcoding. Period. Doesn't matter if you're making money. If you're a huge
Hmm.
streamer, you're streaming to 0 people. You always get transcoding.
Which is nice, right?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. So there's like, so there's good benefits there, and I feel like whenever they do it, whatever they do, as long as they do it in a decent way, it can really change the game, the landscape. It'll change the landscape. I don't know if it'll change the game, but it can at
Yeah.
least change the landscape a little bit
Like
more.
I'm already on YouTube like almost all the time. My every time like I'm sitting at my computer, which is basically whenever I'm not in bed, I'm on YouTube to be honest. Like I
Yeah.
have something going on in the background, or I'm looking for stuff to watch or whatever. I'm already on YouTube. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if YouTube increase like if YouTube makes their streaming part of their platform like more enticing, I have that like I have even less reasons to go to Twitch, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Um, can YouTube do it? Probably, sure. I don't know how long it'll take, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's just all a matter of it's all a matter of when.
But that's
Yeah.
are you coming from this perspective as a content consumer or a content creator? Like, what would it take for you to leave Twitch?
For me personally, it would take, you know, and it is kind of true what they are doing, you know, getting some of these talents. If some of the people that I typically watch normally,
Mhm.
right, if they switch over to YouTube gaming, it would mean I would spend more time. It would be a door that opened to me, right? I would start using the platform more. That's but I'd still be using Twitch because not everyone's gonna. It's not gonna be like some full change, right?
Mhm.
So what it would take for me to to actually start using YouTube gaming is what I was kind of saying is I just want to be able to find stuff easier. Like I want a front page. I want an actual front page of who's streaming, maybe categories recommended for me more, or maybe if because like you don't even know who's like a smaller community on YouTube gaming. Like it's there's no sorting, so I just want a better way of interacting with YouTube gaming, the site itself. I want a better UI.
Sure. Are there any
That would help
features?
me.
Are there any features that you want YouTube to have probably before you jump ship to stream on YouTube? Because you know, on Twitch we have emotes and we have subs and we have bits and we have raids, right?
Right.
And
I,
hosting, I guess. And
I've
on YouTube we have the
none of
equivalent
that.
of subs,
Yeah,
and
the equivalent of subs.
we have emotes, but we don't have
I don't
super
think
chats.
we
I guess
can't.
super chats are like the bits essentially, right?
Super chats. Yeah, super chats are the bits.
So what are we missing? What is YouTube missing then?
I
I guess
mean,
gifted subs, yeah,
gifted subs. I
and
guess
raids.
and raids
Gifted subs and raids
and
and
raids
anything else and hosting.
and hosting. Yeah, there's no hosting.
But is hosting important to you? Like
Hosting is a weird thing. I think hosting for events is kind of a good thing, but hosting, I don't know if anyone has ever tuned in to my channel to be like, oh, you know, he's offline right now, but he's hosting someone, or
I'm gonna watch
and I'm gonna
whoever.
watch. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, like for maybe an event, that's kind of cool, in the sense that hey, I'm not streaming the event, like I'm not on it, but here, you know, if you didn't know about it, it's streaming. But
I
why?
feel like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So I mean, like I don't know what it is. Like I think because on Twitch, like the if you go to my Twitch page right now, I'm not streaming this very moment. So if you go to my page right now, you'll see my trailer, my channel trailer, which auto plays with sound.
hmm
I apologize for that. I wish Twitch wouldn't
would at
auto.
least turn
Yeah,
it off automatically. Yeah,
we
it's
mute it.
annoying.
I mean,
It's annoying.
I honestly apologize for my trailer playing automatically with sound. I wish Twitch wouldn't do that, but if you go to my page right now, it'll be my channel trailer which plays, and then if you go to my videos, it'll be my VODs and some clips, right?
Right, right.
That's all I have. So I have content up there for someone to kind of check me out and be like, oh, what is this person about? What is this person streaming? How do they interact with their community? They can kind of sample that, right, by going to my page right now.
Right, right.
But all in all, I would say not too much content. I have a couple clips on there, but like sure, like clips are like what, like at most like a minute long or
A
something. Right?
minute or less.
Um, but so that's Twitch. But I would argue if you go to my YouTube channel, I have like long form content on YouTube. I have like videos that are like anywhere between 5 minutes to 40 minutes. You know, I have
Yeah.
I have stuff on YouTube that I spent time to put together to edit. I edited the audio, I edited the video. I like made a thumbnail for this. I made a description for this. I put time into my YouTube content, right?
Right, right. Which I mean, I think
So
that's a byproduct of YouTube. Like you have to create
yeah,
more than just product A, you know. You got
yeah.
to have those byproducts of it.
I put like time, you know, in it doesn't I know it doesn't look like it, but I put time into like the stuff that I uploaded to YouTube. So if you come to my channel on YouTube, I would say like I wouldn't I don't know if it makes me sound like an asshole, but like I wouldn't want to host someone because if you were coming to my channel, I want you to look at my stuff, like the stuff that I
Mhm.
put time into.
Right. And I guess that's a really good point. I don't know how many people, and maybe this is a discussion we could have or continue on the next episode. It's like, I don't know how many people actually look at all of the, like, if they come to your page, right? How many look at your channel trailer? Well, it's already playing, so I guess
I'm
they're
honestly, I'm
looking at
sorry. Like
it.
I might just like pull it because
I have
like
to like mute it every time I accident like I go to my channel to change something, and it's just like, here's my
your
voice
own
again.
channel trailer plays, right?
It plays, yeah, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, and you're
let me
like,
mute it.
I know my own trailer. God damn it! Like, yeah,
It's like the same thing. But
yeah,
so there's that, but like, how many people are actually clicking on clips or clicking on those, like any of that stuff, because it's not really well displayed as it is on YouTube. Like, it's
yeah.
not something you just look at and it's like, oh, I can see that it's kind of messy there on Twitch.
Mhm.
But on YouTube, what's really cool, they did add a clip function. I don't know if it's available for everybody, but you can clip in live streams. Uh, is stuff that you do clip, that events, as long as someone says, "Hey, I want this to be public," that's basically your clip out in the open. You know what I mean? It's being promoted, and the shorter clips are, as we know, what YouTube Shorts or whatever gets people to watch your channel or come into your channel. I don't know if they'll watch your channel, but they might
Yeah.
find you a little bit better. So if you're putting out, if at the bare minimum, you just have a community that does a lot of clips for you, you're a funny person or whatever, but you're not good at making the actual B-roll content. You're not making that extra effort there. Maybe you still have a chance on the YouTubes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the algorithm is a lot better on YouTube. So for clips to go around, obviously that'll help. Um, I don't know. So either YouTube changes their UI a little bit to be more stream friendly,
Yeah.
or
Also the back end, getting noise.
well,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Every time I have to go live on YouTube, like we set this up on the podcast, I would just like to click the button.
you have to generate a brand new stream key every time, right?
The stream key is the same, but I have to press start on OBS, start stream, and then I also have to hit the go live on YouTube.
Oh, because I think YouTube does. Okay, yeah, because YouTube
It's
is like
like,
YouTube is expecting you to go live at a certain time, I believe. When Twitch is just like once Twitch gets a signal from you, it's just like, oh,
it's
you're
just like
live.
you're
Yeah,
live, you're live.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then it
yeah.
starts. Um, so yeah, either YouTube needs to change or Twitch needs to change, and I'm not sure at this point which would be easier or faster, right? I gotta give credit though for YouTube because I'm definitely tuning into more live streams on YouTube just because when I go to YouTube.com, right?
Yeah.
The first thing that I get hit with is just recommendations, like my subs and my recommendations, right?
Right, right.
If a channel, YouTube will do this for me. If there's a channel that I've been viewing a little bit that I'm not even subscribed to,
And they will hit you.
but that channel is live, they'll show me a thing that's like, oh, going live in an hour or going live or
They
this
will
is
hit you with
premiering
it.
tomorrow. Yeah.
They will
Or
hit you with it.
or this is like, oh, this channel is live right now, or you know what I mean?
I mean, and
I don't even
honestly,
need
like
to be like subscribed in. Yeah.
when it comes to like VTubers, and this is the thing, it's like I don't really like watch a lot of them. I've been watching like was it Morty?
Calliope Mori, yeah.
Calliope. Yeah, I've been watching her like every once in a while. Like I'll tune in, and then like the next day, my feed is just like recommendations from not just her but like other VTubers, and then like you said, who else is going live? Who's live now? Who's live in an hour?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like that. And so like for me, it's like, okay, well, I don't know if they're similar or what, but they're in the same genre. So maybe if I want to click on just to see, hey, let me check this out, whatever, it's there. It's at least it's there waiting for you.
I definitely think it helps for retention and people to come back because like yeah, if you watch one stream or even like one VOD,
It's helped me come back to watch her. I'll tell you that, like four more times at least, guaranteed.
yeah. You watch like one, maybe you're not even like completely sold. Like, oh, that was cool. Like she was alright. She's cool, I guess. And then you come back to YouTube the next day, and it's like, hey, remember that streamer you were watching yesterday? Heads up, actually they're live right now. Or guess what? They're live in an hour, right?
Yep.
And you might just be like, oh yeah, let's see what they're up to. Or you'll see the stream title and you're like, oh, actually, I like that game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's exactly it. I saw she was playing Bloodstain, and I was like, oh, I've played Bloodstain. I wonder how she's doing in it,
Exactly,
and then like the next time
yeah.
it's like a completely different game. Even though I know she's still playing Bloodstain probably, the next night or something, it's like, okay, well, this is actually a cool game that I like too. Let me check this out. Because people, we like to just see like how other people respond to something we have already
Yeah.
engaged with. So it's
So
that's what YouTube. That's the magic of YouTube, I guess.
they're just doing a really good job of being like, oh, you spent a minute watching the streamer, like maybe you'll be into this stream again today. So if Twitch did the same thing, because I bet you like someone who's popped into my stream for a minute, maybe they don't chat, they don't have to chat, right? Maybe they're just checking out the stream for like a minute or 2 minutes or whatever, right?
Yeah, right.
They leave, they don't follow, they don't whatever, which is fine, right? They just leave. Well, what if like they came back to Twitch the very next day and they're like, "Hey, do you remember the streamer you were watching yesterday? Guess what? They're live right now.
Here's some more.
Do you want to do you want to check them out again?"
That would be big because I don't explore on Twitch. That's the thing. Like I don't explore on their platform, and it doesn't feel intuitive to explore on Twitch.
Right.
But if they had something like that, that would be honestly that'd be kind of cool because I do check out some people every once in a while, and it would be nice to kind of. It's just like you found an artist you like on Spotify, right? You listen, and then it's like, hey, these are some cool people. You listen to the next, and it's like a rabbit hole, right? And that's ultimately what you want.
I definitely feel like YouTube is way more work for creators because aside from just streaming, like you also have like you do have to put in the work to do offline content, I think, right? Like short form content, like 5-minute, 10-minute videos, like reviews or something, or opinions or first looks or whatever, or tutorials or something, right?
Right.
You do have to put in more work, but overall, if you're streaming as well to the platform, it lends very well to retention. Because if that streamer's not live, you could also check out not only their VODs of a stream you missed, you could watch a tutorial that they put up or a first look at this game you're checking out or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. How can I say? There's a lot more future investment, right? If you keep on going and you do it right, well, right, wrong, however, anything can catch on. But if it does catch on, your old content, not only your new stuff, but your old stuff becomes relevant too, right? We hear about a lot of these streamers or just creators or content creators that like 10 years later, they're like, hey, crap I made from 10 years ago, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not that great, but YouTube just says, hey,
okay, YouTube will recommend it, right?
We'll recommend it. And it's like those videos
really, but
yeah, it's embarrassing stuff.
So here's the question though. I mean, what if Twitch started to double down on this effort for uploaded content, right? For recorded content, for offline content. How many streamers do you know would utilize it? How many streamers do you know would start putting content up to Twitch to do tutorials or reviews or anything like that? Would you personally put in the effort to be like, okay guys, let's do a review of Bloodstained, or what, I finished Kingdom Hearts, here are my opinions or something like that? Would you start making that content for Twitch?
That's a good question, and I think like me personally, maybe not, probably not. If I had to be honest with myself, probably not. And if I had to be honest about most people on Twitch, I think wouldn't, because there's less barrier. Like I was saying, for YouTube, you kind of have to, and it's not really a lot, but you have to, you have to do YouTube stuff.
Use like a thumbnail and a description, right?
The thumbnail, the description, the tags, and at the bare minimum, yeah, you need to have that stuff. Some people are like, that's just too much work for me, right? And Twitch is just press a button.
I want to hit live. I want to go live, and I
can stream from my console, which you could do that to YouTube anyways. But it's just like, just hit it and it's there. Yeah. I feel like Twitch is just less hassle, and therefore a lot of the streamers on Twitch, at least smaller streamers, they're not looking to make that content. And when people find out, hey, this is what making content is, either you need to be in it, or you need to just say like, hey, because it's a thing. You need a schedule. You need a schedule for that content too.
Yeah, and I definitely think like there's different types of streamers. There's the casual streamers. There's a guy who's just like, oh, I'm streaming this game. I want to share it with friends and family. I don't care about getting big. I'm not even going to stream next week. I'm not going to stream tomorrow. Like those are those kind of streamers, right?
Right.
And then there's like there's the smaller streamers who are like, I want to just like make some friends or something streaming or something. It's my hobby. Streaming is my hobby, not my career. I still have a day job, but I just like streaming, right?
I just like streaming.
Hang out with people. Yeah. And then there's the people who are like, oh, I want this to really be like my job. I want this to be my full-time career. I'm going to dedicate everything that I have, time and money, into this. And I think for those people, if you're at that level coming into it, then absolutely, I feel like you need to be, maybe you should be focusing on doing more than streaming. Like you should be doing offline content. That's when you have to do the tutorials and the reviews and the other stuff, right?
Exactly, exactly. And I guess that's like from myself coming from like having tried to do that or trying to wrap my mind around it or plan it. And it's like honestly, you need to either enjoy it or find someone who enjoys making it for you.
Yeah, pretty much, really.
I would
Yeah,
say
pretty
that
much.
start by trying to do it yourself with anything. Learn to do it yourself, learn the basics, try to get as much as you can and go as far as you can, because you you can't just give something to an editor or something and it's like, hey, make this into this. You know, they can, but you want to know this. I mean, you want to be able to give directions, right?
Well, and you also have to
And
give them
understand the
like good
process.
material. You just can't give them shit and
Exactly.
expect them to turn into like a good video.
Exactly.
But like honestly, like even now, like today, you can upload stuff to it. I didn't know if you knew this, but you like for example, like the trailer you uploaded, right?
Right.
Yeah, you can upload stuff to
You can.
Twitch,
Yeah.
and believe it or not,
You
can
can put a
actually
thumbnail
upload
on too.
you can upload custom thumbnails to your
Yeah.
clips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
cool. But do
No
you
one,
know anyone who does
no.
that?
It feels like the most weirdest thing to do. I actually, you know what? I know one streamer on YouTube who does it that I've seen. Maximilian dude, he does do that.
He does custom
He
thumbnails
does
for Twitch. Yeah.
for Twitch. Yeah. So it'll be like whatever game they're playing, and then just a thumbnail. And honestly, it doesn't have to be much, and it does
It,
help in terms of,
yeah,
hey,
and I think
look,
it leaves a really good impression.
it
Really, to
does,
be
it
honest.
does. I mean,
But
at least
almost no one does it.
honestly, you could kind of turn your Twitch, and maybe that's something like maybe I should start doing, or we can both start doing, whatever is, if you're not already doing it, but because there are sections, right? You can put each video into a
yeah,
section.
you could. You really could do you could do reviews and stuff, but you could do it on Twitch. You absolutely could, but the problem is that there's no discoverability.
Nope.
There's no discoverability.
You literally have to go to that streamer's page.
Yeah,
and scroll down.
If I start doing a series on Twitch, for example, I don't know, like I do a walkthrough for Tales of Arise or whatever, right? And it's all uploaded, like it's not even live. I'm just uploading clips to Twitch.
Yeah,
I could do it. No one's gonna see it.
no
one's gonna see that content.
No one will see it.
But on YouTube, if I do like a whole walkthrough for Tales of Arise, you type in Tales of Arise walkthrough on YouTube.
Someone may see it at least. There's a chance. There is a chance, and we don't want to be like, hey, it's gonna get out there. Everybody's gonna see it, but it's gonna get a whole lot better. I mean, it's gonna be a whole lot more open in chances of people, especially combined like what we're talking about, making that short form content or whatever these other things around it, and putting it up there. You have a lot more of a chance than Twitch. Like I said, you can't. The only thing you find on Twitch are live videos.
Yeah, I think if you go to Twitch right now, there's a section for popular clips, I think.
Yeah, it's popular clips, and it's there. There's like
there it is. It's at the very bottom. I found it. It's on the very. It's got the goddamn bottom of the page. Oh my god.
Oh man, I almost like ended up having my freaking channel trailer. Almost went to the channel to get it.
There it is. So you go to twitch.tv and you scroll to the very bottom and you'll see popular clips. But the problem is like, let's say I watched one of these clips. Like, is Twitch gonna start recommending me that channel? Like, no,
they
right?
recommend. Yeah, it recommends. So what I've had to do is like I'll follow categories. But those categories don't necessarily mean that what's recommended is what you'll like, right? It's more like what you watch. I've kind of noticed this is what you watch. When you're on your recommended channels, right? Recommended channels, that's what will recommend you. People you might want to check out. However, it's only the top people, right?
Right.
It's like I feel so limited.
Yeah, so I'm on my Twitch page right now, and it's like categories we think you'll like, and one of these is Minecraft and Dead by Daylight. And honestly, I couldn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess because Phasmo or something. I don't know why.
I couldn't care less. Like I really could not care less. So like categories we think you'll like. Well, okay, well Twitch thought wrong, but
yeah, for some reason it's like Apex Legends for me. And here's the funny thing is I've watched probably like 2 Apex streams in the past 4 or 5 months.
Sure,
Like,
yeah. And it's like, we
like
think you'll like Apex. I'm like, really?
why is that there? I mean, the Guilty Gear stuff, that's fine, that's there. The Narco Belly Point, that's what I've been watching. But like
Yep.
Psychonauts 2, like what is that recommended Psychonauts 2 channels? Did I follow
Did
Psychonauts
you
or
ever
something?
watch
Like
a Psychonauts
I've
stream at
never
all?
watched a
Yes.
Psychonauts
Yeah.
stream at all, so I don't know why
Yeah.
it's there,
Yeah.
right? Like
Whereas on YouTube, like I watch one video about like a power saw, and it's like, you like power saws, don't you? I'm like, holy shit, YouTube, calm down. What the fuck?
and you know what? That was the thing is what we kind of thought about when we ran into when we looked at Mixer, right? What we loved about Mixer was it promoted the streamers and not the games.
Yeah, yeah.
Ironically enough, they didn't have
I
games,
definitely
but
think
they had the streamers.
yeah, and this
Because
is definitely just to come full circle to how we started this conversation. As you're on Twitch right now, and it's obviously showing,
this is the
it's showing you
browse.
games. It's showing you games, right?
Yeah, this is the browse page of like this is what your YouTube, recommend, like your normal homepage. This would probably be it, right? This is the same as the browse
Sure,
feature,
sure,
essentially,
yeah, yeah. So
right?
here's where we came full circle. So Twitch is showing you games, but
Yeah,
YouTube is showing you content
content,
from people that
people.
you were watching.
Exactly.
So
This
it's like,
is
yeah,
honestly, this is where the recommended channels should be, right? Like, what the heck is this? If they should have the recommended channels should be laid out right here, and they should just keep scrolling down or something. Anything. I
yeah.
mean,
So I think this is a good opportunity to be like, oh, like we noticed you were watching, this streamer for 2 minutes last night.
mhm,
He's live right now, actually.
exactly,
You
exactly.
go check him out.
And also, wait. So Naraka is down there. Okay, so they will do it for recommended for you, but it's still, you know, you have to click on this and then you just get more streamers, and it's like it's an extra step. And I don't know, it just there's an opportunity there, and the question is, what we've seen in the past from Twitch is honestly because they have what 70% of the market, essentially 70, 60, at least 60% of the market.
Yeah.
They're not going to move until they have to move, and whatever they fix, they have fix it. I know with the hate raids that have happened, people are really upset with them, right? And I
Well,
understand it
yeah.
takes time. It takes time to integrate whatever systems and make these things. So I'm like, hey, it takes time. But
I think
my
Twitch.
thing,
Sorry, Twitch is in a bad spot just because they have to prioritize something. Like, like
mhm,
do they focus on moderation tools and bot protection and protecting their streamers, or do they try to focus now on having a good algorithm and a good user attention UI? Like,
which
which is it?
which is it? Which arguably is stuff they should have been doing. It's not something they do at one time. You know what I mean? Like, because the hate raids are all products of just the bots. They're all products of a bunch of bots coming in and spamming a link. And I've, as someone who's had a bunch of bots multiple times, it's not my first time. I'm just like, hey, they never fixed that, and it's been around for
It's been it's
for
for
a
a
while.
while.
Like
So
that's something like, so for me, I'm more upset with that issue. Like that's the key. And then what you're talking about too, like, do they know about this algorithm? Like,
obviously
just
they know. I mean, yeah, they're not. They know that they have this problem, obviously, right?
mhm.
Just the question is like, how are they planning to fix it, and how long is it going to take to integrate any changes, any moderation changes? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's that is exactly it. I think we had we had a great, that was a great moment, or great little segment there. I'll probably just like actually for once again in a long time segment the podcast, or maybe just put this up as a bonus. I don't know. This was a good discussion, and something I think that if you are a streamer or thinking of getting into content creation, I think it's a really good thing to think about, and a good thing to listen to. So we will back up off of this for a bit and wrap up the show.
It's episode 99, by the way. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do a special episode, next week for episode 100. We want your user questions, anything, your burning questions. Send them to our Twitter. Actually, that'll probably be the easiest. So tweet at us your burning questions. We'll do a special Q&A episode next week. And I gotta say, it's going to be only a Q&A episode. We're not
only
talking
Q&A. We're actually doing this. We're actually
we're not doing any games next week. We're not doing any Japan Live. We're not doing any food. We're not doing anything. It's gonna be a special bonus thank you episode to the listeners. Special thank you Q&A episode next week for episode 100. Triple digits. So
I'm
send
just
in
gonna
your
be.
questions. You have well, you're not gonna if you're live. If you're watching this right now, you have like a week essentially. So you have 7 days to tweet at us. Let us know what your questions are, and we'll read them live on air. And the episode is as long
Oh,
as the
fudge.
questions we get.
I
That's
can't
it.
believe
That's our
we're actually
promise.
doing this. It could be
That's
a
our
5 minute
promise. That's our
episode.
promise. That's our
Can I at
promise.
least just say like, hey everybody, welcome to episode 100. We have no question. Got this.
Yeah.
Upload that to Anchor and just be like,
Yeah.
shame on you all.
Yeah, do that. Do that. That's funny. That's
Oh
really
my
funny.
goodness.
That's funny.
It looks like I'm going to be on Twitter all week just being like, hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. And I never actually promoted this. I never actually said this, but on our Twitter, there is actually a Google Doc, Google
Is there?
questionnaire.
Is there?
There is actually suggest a topic.
I had no idea. I never
It's
even
actually there.
noticed. That's so funny.
It's actually,
That's
look at
so
this.
funny.
It's been up.
How long has it been? Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's funny.
I forgot when I did. Yeah. So, what topic would you like to talk to us about regarding games? What topic would you like to
And then
talk to us about our life in Japan?
how many?
No one has done
Zero,
this. It's
zero
just been,
people.
it's stupid Twitter. Why are you hating on? Yeah, it's just like it's been right there. It's
so
like suggest
funny.
a topic right
my
there. Man.
God.
It's been there. It's been I forgot how long it's been there, but it's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been maybe a year.
Okay. All right. So here's what's up. So starting right now, if you're on YouTube watching this live, we are taking questions for episode 100. Ask us anything about games, our opinions on games, favorite games, life in Japan, how to move to Japan, how to work in Japan, all that kind of stuff. Anything that we might know about, any questions you might have, we'll answer them live on air next week. And the episode is going to be as long as the questions we get.
We will not repeat this anymore. If you need to send a voice
let's
message
not talk
via
about it. Let's
anchor.fm,
not talk about it.
you know,
Like, don't tweet about this at all. Like,
no.
don't
I need
be-
to tweet about this. I have to tweet about this. I don't want to just
Don't
go
be like, hey guys, remember to get your questions in. Like, don't say anything. Just see what happens.
Gosh, no, that's like
Man.
that's like setting yourself up for at least nothing potentially.
like-
You can't do that. We have to at least be like, hey, get us some questions.
Like, all right,
It's-
episode 100. We're taking your questions. A special thank you episode to our favorite listeners, to our dedicated listeners. Thank you so much. And we have, all right, open the box. How many questions we got? All right, see you guys later.
Just play one of those Spotify songs.
That's
That's a
funny.
function now.
Oh man. All right, well, that's it. That's episode.
Anyways, that's it for episode 99. We will go into watch me use my Facebook for the first time in like a year. People will be like, you know what would happen? It's like, yeah, we're on episode 100. Go check it out. Leave a message and do all this, and then like next thing I know, like it's just a bunch of family members just asking,
If you
like,
family
are
members,
you
like, when are
okay?
you
What's
coming
happening?
home?
What's happening? Oh, this is nice. I'm like, no.
That's so funny. Like, when are you coming home? I would love that so much. I would if it was your mom. It's like, I would say, sorry, first question is like, when are you coming home? Oh, damn it. All right.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, everybody, we'll catch you all later for episode 100, the all Q&A episode where our fate rests in your hands, more
Yeah.
like the length of this episode. So you could have a holiday. We could have a vacation next week. Who
I'm
knows?
like, how long is the episode? All right, see you next week, man.
So place your bets. We put a poll up after that, dude.
Oh man, so funny.
So
Oh,
we'll
that's
catch you all
hilarious.
next week. Have a great weekend, great week, however it goes, whenever you listen to this. I guess it'll be over the weekend. Do you have anything you want to say in closing, Root?
I don't know. Come check me out on stream. I'm streaming tomorrow. Dragon Quest. I promise. I do promise. Twitch.tv/Root24. I really want to play last week, but I got so sidetracked. I played Fireworks Mini on Tuesday because I wanted to blow a town up, so I did that.
Okay, well then. And and of course, yeah, you can follow me on NinjaTrixta. I stream every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday playing Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories and also Twin Mirror, which I believe I'm going to be finished with by the time, for this weekend, coming up on the end of that game. So another investigative game. Like I said, we're getting into it. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
There we go. So we'll catch you next week. Have a great day. Remember, you set the tone. Go play some games.
Yep. See ya.
Peace.
Together die. Bye.